Melody Shari has finally spoken, and this time she did not whisper. She addressed the word that has been floating around online, the word that made people pause, the word that changed the tone of the entire conversation: extortion. She did not scream it. She did not drag it out for shock value. She said it calmly while explaining her journey, her business moves, and the reason she decided to take control of her own platform. And when someone like Melody uses a word that serious, people listen closely. For the past few years, Melody's life has been under a microscope. Her marriage, her divorce, her friendships, her business decisions, and her emotional moments have all been public. On Love and Marriage Huntsville, viewers watched her navigate heartbreak and betrayal. They saw arguments, confessions, and tension unfold episode by episode. The public formed opinions quickly. Some supported her strongly. Others criticized her choices. But one thing remained constant: she was always being watched. After stepping away from the show in late 2024, Melody made a decision that surprised many people. Instead of jumping into another television deal or doing endless interviews, she slowed down. She described 2025 as her healing year. She explained that she had been in what she called kill mode for a long time, always working, always producing, always pushing forward. Then she shifted into healing mode. That shift matters because it shows intention. It shows that she understood she could not keep running at full speed without resting. During her recent interview with Charlotte Morgan, Melody opened with purpose. She did not begin with gossip. She spoke about entrepreneurship. She spoke about everyday women. She spoke about people working 9-to-5 jobs who feel stuck. She introduced again her idea of the 9-to-5 entrepreneur. She said you do not need to quit your job to start building something. You start with your gift. You start with what comes naturally. You build it into your day, now, not later. That message connects directly to her current brand. She is no longer just a reality TV personality. She is positioning herself as a businesswoman, a mentor, and a woman who built her own structure. She talked about time discipline. She mentioned how people spend hours scrolling on their phones or gossiping, yet say they do not have time to build something for themselves. Her tone was calm but firm. She was not begging for support. She was teaching. Then the conversation shifted to her new platform, Patreon. Melody revealed that when she returned publicly in 2026, she did not return quietly. She launched a structured subscription platform priced at $29.99 per month. She explained that this was not casual content. She hired videographers. She hired editors. She created structured content drops. She made it clear that this was a serious business move, not a side hobby. The internet reacted immediately. Some people supported her. Others questioned the price. $30 a month is not small change for many viewers, but Melody framed it differently. She compared it to the cost of a meal. She said the value provided is worth it. She also said subscribers told her that even one live session felt worth the full month. That confidence was noticeable. She did not lower the price out of fear. She stood by it. Now, here's where the tension increased. During the discussion about feedback from another interview, Melody mentioned alleged past attempts to extort her. That single word changed everything. Extortion is not light. It suggests pressure. It suggests someone trying to use something against you. It suggests threats, even if indirect. She did not give full details in that moment. She did not name names, but the word was enough to spark intense online discussion. Viewers immediately started connecting dots. They referenced her past conflict with her ex-husband, Martell. They referenced past scandals, private information rumors, and long-standing public disputes. It is important to say clearly that these are online interpretations. There has been no public legal ruling confirming extortion in this situation. But when Melody uses that word, even in passing, it signals something serious happened behind the scenes. If someone attempts to control you by threatening exposure, what is the strongest response? Control your own story. That is exactly what Patreon allows her to do. Instead of waiting for a network to edit her life into dramatic segments, she now decides what is shown, when it is shown, and how it is framed. She controls the camera. She controls the timing. She controls the message. Melody also mentioned that while she was under network contracts, lighter or happier moments she submitted were not always approved for airing. She implied that she was often kept in a drama-focused narrative. That is common in reality television. Drama sells. Conflict keeps ratings high. But when someone feels boxed into a storyline, it can feel limiting. Patreon gives her the ability to show other sides of herself.
She also talked about silence. She said that for years she chose not to speak on certain matters. Then when she did speak, some accused her of playing victim. That cycle can be exhausting. Stay silent and people assume guilt. Speak up and people accuse you of manipulation. It becomes a no-win situation. That is why owning your own platform changes the power dynamic. There are no middlemen shaping your words. Another layer of this story is her emphasis on rest. Melody defended slowing down. She told women not to feel guilty about taking time for themselves. She described waking up between 4 and 4:30 in the morning, using bath time as quiet reflection before the day begins. That routine is intentional. It shows discipline. It shows focus. It also shows someone who is protecting her mental space carefully. From a business view, her strategy is clear. Step away from the network, reduce public access, rebuild your identity around healing and entrepreneurship, then relaunch behind a paywall where you control everything. That is not random. That is calculated. Many former reality stars eventually realize that true long-term income comes from ownership, not contracts. Now, let us return to the word extortion. Extortion works when one person believes they hold power over another. It works when there is fear of exposure, but when someone begins telling their own story openly and monetizing their content directly, that leverage weakens. If there were indeed attempts to pressure her in the past, building her own platform is a powerful answer. Some viewers believe the Patreon drama is simple backlash to losing free access. People get used to free content. When someone suddenly says, "You now need to subscribe," there is resistance. But others see it as empowerment. They see a woman building recurring income and refusing to depend on a network. Melody's tone during the interview was not chaotic. It was steady. She did not appear rushed or defensive. She seemed confident in her direction. She emphasized that 2025 was not laziness, it was recovery. She focused on her children's mental and emotional health. She focused on product sales through TikTok. She rebuilt quietly. Then she returned strongly. Her shift also reflects a deeper lesson about narrative control. On reality television, producers choose what makes the final cut. They select music that shapes emotion. They highlight certain reactions. But on Patreon, there is no dramatic background music guiding viewers. There is no producer cutting out context.
That difference matters. Public opinion is still divided. Some praise her hustle and independence. Others question whether drama is being monetized. Both thoughts can exist at the same time. What cannot be denied is that Melody is moving intentionally. She is not reacting impulsively. She is building structure. Her reference to waking early and challenging herself daily shows a growth mindset. She talked about asking herself what she can do today that she did not do yesterday. That habit compounds over time. It is not glamorous advice. It is simple and consistent. Emotionally, she acknowledged heartbreak, friendship losses, family grief, divorce, custody stress, and constant online commentary. That weight is heavy for anyone. When someone carries that publicly for years, burnout is real. Her healing year could have been necessary survival. When she says she is taking her power back, it sounds like more than a slogan. It sounds like someone who understands the cost of losing control of their narrative. Whether you agree with her pricing or not, the move is bold. There is also the timing. She steps away, she heals, she launches Patreon. The word extortion enters the conversation. Intrigue builds, conversations trend, subscriptions rise. Even controversy can become marketing, whether planned or not. What stands out most is that Melody is no longer waiting for permission. She is not asking a network to approve her image. She is not chasing storylines. She is building recurring revenue. That is a different level of independence. The Patreon drama may look messy from the outside, but from a strategic view, it may simply be growing pains. When power shifts, noise follows. When someone who once operated inside a system builds their own system, it can disrupt expectations. Melody appears focused. She appears structured. She appears calm. That does not mean everyone will agree with her. It does not mean the conversations will stop, but it does mean she is no longer operating from reaction. She is operating from strategy. Whether the extortion claims ever receive more detail remains to be seen. For now, they remain allegations discussed in commentary spaces, but the message is clear. She feels she has reclaimed control. She feels stronger. She feels intentional. In the world of public personalities, silence rarely lasts long. Power shifts create attention, and attention creates headlines. But beyond the headlines, there is a woman building her own lane.
Melody Shari is no longer just a reality TV figure reacting to edits. She is a businesswoman building direct access to her audience. She is a mother protecting her peace. She is a public figure choosing ownership over dependence. And whether people subscribe or not, whether they agree or not, one thing is clear. She is not asking for space anymore. She is taking it.